Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make this cute little strawberry dish, trinket, jar. Isn't it cute? But we're going to do it with glitter, and we're also going to do it with Craft Resin mica powder. The glitter I'm using is a jaded green for the top, and the bottom is just like a red. This is like an ultra fine glitter because I'm going to show you how I put the glitter in the molds, just to save on some product. And glitter is heavy, so when you mix it in with the resin, it tends to sink. And so when your mold's upside down, what your glitter is going to do is all going to collect at the top, so you won't have a lot towards the bottom, have it all like evenly coated around it. I've already measured my mold. It's 140 for the bottom milliliters and 40 for the top. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna mix up my resin because it's a little cool in here this morning. So I want it to sit for a few. Take off my rings. A question I was asked, I think on the last video, it was in a different language, so I really didn't understand, but I did understand, I think, the word protection. I'm in a well-ventilated area. If you are not in a well-ventilated area, do wear protection, but I have lots of windows and doors around me, so I am okay with not wearing a respirator, but I do have a respirator if I need it. But normally I don't. I have a lot of room here. So I'm gonna do part B first, which is the hardener. And it's 1-to-1 ratio, so it's going to be 90 and 90. This resin, Craft Resin, is my go-to resin now. Oh my gosh, I find it the best. It does not yellow. It does not have an odor. I don't get bubbles. I get that question a lot. I do not have a degassing chamber. I don't have room for that, even though I have a lot of space. I just don't have room for that. But I stir really slow. And I've done some videos like that. If your resin is like super, super cold, you can use a warm water bath. You just put it in your cup and like get some warm water and kind of set it in so it loosens it up. Because when resin's real cold, it does not want to mix right, and you get a lot of air bubbles in it. And it's a little chilly this morning, but I hope everybody's having a good day. It is Thursday. All right, so it's just gonna get ribbony and you'll see it. It gets all cloudy, can't hardly see through it. And you're just gonna keep stirring counterclockwise. I normally do about 2 to 3 minutes until all the ribbons are gone, making sure you scrape the sides, the bottom, all that. And yeah, just till it gets back clear. And like I said, it is a little chilly in here this morning, so it's a little thicker than normal. But normally, I live in Florida, it's hot. Another question that I've been asked is, what was the question? My brain just went dead. The yellowing, I have done a lot of clear projects with this, none of which have turned yellow. I do markets, so I'm outside in the sun. I do have a tent, so I try to keep my stuff out of the sun because it can get soft in extreme heat, but no yellowing has ever occurred for me in any of my clear pieces. And whatever I'm using, I will put down below. Still trying to figure out how to link it to where you could just click on it and it will take you to the site. I don't know how to do that yet. But these little strawberry dishes are super cute. We also got this, it's a cuticle, you know, a brush or a wood stick that you can push your cuticle with. I use that for the little tiny points. to get all of, you know, get the resin in there. Otherwise you could create air pockets and they leave little bubbles, which then give you sharp edges. So you don't want that. Always wear gloves though. This is food safe resin. It conforms to the ATS-MD/4236. It is tested. It does not leach colors after it's fully cured. It's another great reason why I love this resin. I've been making a lot of the flower bowls, and that's a big question. Is this food safe? Can you put food in it? Yes. There's a lot of resins that are not food safe. And I wouldn't suggest it, but they are not microwave safe and they are not dishwasher safe. I've been asked that too. And if you have some little bubbles, what's gonna happen is they're gonna rise to the top after we're done mixing and they're gonna pop on their own. But you shouldn't have too many if you're just stirring real slow. You're not whipping it. You just want to make sure all the ribbons are gone. I do appreciate all the new subscribers and followers. My accounts are growing, and that's wonderful. I try to get to everybody's questions and comments and help as much as I can. But I'm just one person, so I try to do it. I like to help. Okay. So you'll see there's like no ribbons in there. And it's just clear. You can see a couple little tiny bubbles, but they're gonna rise to the top. We're just gonna set that over here out of your way so you don't spill it. All right, we'll start with the top first. So these are silicone molds. So when you put glitter or like mica powder in there, it sticks, it like adheres to the silicone, which then in return adheres to your resin. I've had a couple questions on my UV resin when I do the little trinket dishes. How do the dots, which is the UV resin or the stickers, come off of the mold? It adheres to the resin. So basically you just pour it in there and you're just gonna move it around. And this definitely cuts down on how much you use. Cause you know, this stuff is not cheap. Glitter and mica powders and stuff. So you're just gonna move it around in there. Kind of brush the edge a little bit. So then it's all stuck in there. If you need a little bit more, you can get a little bit more, but I think that's pretty good for now. And that is Jaded from King's Creations. He is on TikTok. He's got his shop, kingscreations.shop. Awesome glitter, great prices. This is just one I got off Amazon. And do the same thing. You're just gonna pour it in there. And just roll it around till you have everything covered. This resin does cure in 24 hours. If your room is super cold, it might take a little bit longer, or if it's super hot, it does tend to cure faster. It's another question I get when making my bowls. Everybody's time is going to be different. You just test it. I test it with my finger. A little bit more. Okay. Make sure you get all the way down to the bottom. And then it's gonna look like that. It should be all coated inside and nice and sparkly, and just a little bit left over. Try to put it back in there. So once that's all set up, we got our resin, bubbles of rose to the top. Give it a little another stir. I'm gonna mix just a little bit for the top with the green mica powder, which I'm using emerald green and a crimson red. And we're only gonna need a little tiny bit because it's only, what did I say, 40 milliliters. Get a little bit on your popsicle stick. I just did a little tiny bit. You only need a little bit because it's just like a backing to make that glitter stand out just a little bit more. You can do a clear and your glitter's still gonna stand out. See, well, I don't want to spill it, but it's there. Okay, so then you're just gonna take your top. Can you see? Yeah. We're gonna add a little bit more, but to get it into the points. You don't want to fill it up too much because then you'll spill it. So then you take your little tool and you go in all the little points and you just kind of go like in a circular motion, and you'll be able to see your resin go in there. Make sure you get all of them all the way down to the point. All the way around. These little tools, super convenient. I use a toothpick, but sometimes the toothpicks aren't long enough. So these work great. And I think you can get like a whole pack for like $1. Almost there. You can see if there's like bubbles. Okay, just a wee bit more. You don't need a lot. You need a little bit more. A little bit more green. And then we're just going to top this off. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. Now we're gonna do the red. Oh, make sure you close your product because you'll spill it. So I'm gonna put the red in here and just mix it in there. And I do get these disposable cups. I just find them easier to read the measurements and to see all the ribbons in my resin. The silicone cups are nice and reusable, but I definitely reuse these. I'll just wipe it out with a paper towel, and that's fine. I get these at Michael's. Sometimes certain resins come with a couple cups. You're just gonna mix that very well so you don't have any clumps. That's a pretty color. And these are Craft Resin mica powders. Scrape the sides, get all the mica powder mixed in there. It's a pretty red color. And then we're just gonna pour this. And I normally spray my molds with alcohol spray, but because you got the glitter in there, you don't need to. And you're just gonna pour, just pour it in there. Kind of give it a little squeeze before you get all the way to the top. Okay, and there's just a tiny bit left. I probably could have added a little bit more to the top, but that's okay. Squeeze, 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 and move that carefully. I normally don't move things, but this is my mixing desk. So I did make one yesterday. We're gonna let that rest overnight, and tomorrow we can demold it. But I did make one so that I could show you and demold it today with you. That way we don't have to do a two-part video. So let's just do the top first. Got all the points. Be careful, there are some sharp edges. Resin does shrink a little bit. I use a deburring tool, which is one of these little guys. So they have like this funny thing, and you just scrape the sharp edges. You can get those off Amazon or Michael's, but there's our strawberry lid. All the little points are there, and it's nice and glittery. And then this one's a little bit difficult to get out of the mold. So you just want to kind of loosen it up. And you can get mold release, warm soapy water, like an air, blow air in there. And you just kind of squish it. And then you have your strawberry that's all glittery. And there's no little holes or bubbles, micro bubbles. And then you got your cute little strawberry dish. Isn't that fun? So there's how you make the strawberry dish with the glitter the way I do it. So you don't waste a lot of glitter. You don't have a lot of built up at the top. Yeah, and that's how I do my glitter and make a strawberry dish. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I'll be back with another video. Don't know what yet, but I'll be back. Thanks for watching. It always does this.